What up, YouTube universe? It's the dark skinned dancing American, and I'm back at it again. I want to make sure my hat and shit right. Yep, that was me. All right. I wanted to get to. I wanted to get to what Tariq has said about Nicki Minaj. I'm gonna go there. And I'm gonna comment on it, all right? So y'all can check it out.
Why would the Barnes feel a certain way about it? They feel betrayed because Nicki was saying something like, "It's okay to be a boy." There a lot of stuff she said I kind of agree with. I'm not.
Now, I want to say this. I do agree when she said it's okay being a boy. But again, most of her fan base is of the LGBT community. If you notice, when she said that, the LGBT community, they wasn't a friend. How do I know this? Well, if anybody on social media noticed that 10 million of her followers jumped off the cruise ship. Okay, I do agree with her on that. So I'm with Tariq.
Hating on her for being on there. I mean, you should, or whatever your political position is, that's fine. There was some issues that I had, though. But she was kind of pandering a little bit when she was saying, she was kind of alluding to you shouldn't, the whole theme was white shouldn't apologize for being white, and there was something about, as a beautiful black woman, we shouldn't have to make others feel bad about themselves. If you have blonde hair, blue eyes. So it was a lot of white people, you know? It was a lot of white people. Let me play a little clip. Let me play a little clip of what I'm talking about, what Nicki was saying up there. But she was kind of explaining, doing some white explaining a little bit for them. Hold on. Okay, hold on. This is her. All right, fair use. Hold on.
We were not being represented and not being admired for our beauty. If we felt like that as black women, why would we want to do that to other women?
Okay.
Why would we now need to make other people downplay their beauty?
Okay. Who's making somebody downplay their beauty? That she's really pandering to that alt-right thing. She's pandering to the whole whites are the real victim narrative.
So that we can feel, no, that's not how it works. I don't need someone with blonde hair and blue eyes to downplay their beauty because I know my beauty. Do you understand? It doesn't bother me that a woman feels and says that she's beautiful. Why shouldn't she feel that? Why have we got to a point where certain colors or certain kinds of people have to be afraid of loving themselves and loving the way they look? Like, isn't that wild? I mean,
yeah, okay. Yeah, now that. Oh, that's pander babble. Oh, as a Caribbean, yeah. You come in as a black woman, no, as a Trinidadian Caribbean. All right? As a Trinidadian, because that whole theme was, oh, it's okay to be white. So she was kind of, felt like they gave her like a script to go with the it's okay. White shouldn't feel white victims for being white. Kind of that's the little theme that they were going with. So people were questioning, why did Nicki go on here? Well, a lot of people think, shout out to everybody here. People are questioning, ladies and gentlemen, why? Oh, let me get myself on here. My bad. My bad. So like I said, family, people are questioning, why did Nicki go on? Let's throw some thoughts out. Why y'all think she went on there? Why y'all think she went on there? What was this?
All right. Why did she do it? It damn sure wasn't for free. It damn sure wasn't for free. Okay? Somebody is as big as her going to a MAGA group. It had to be some dollars to make a hop. Can you dig it? So my strong belief is for any celebrity that go for any party, whether Republican or Democrat, we've seen it before. They give out that money. The Orange Man is known to give out money to anybody who will support him. Back in 2000 and what was it, 17, 18? He was trying to get Justin Bieber to perform. Remember that? When Kanye was messing with him and all that. So, and it's not just one party. It's both of them. Democrats, they got Cardi B when the prune head Biden was in office. So the Orange Man is strategically using black star power to align with the MAGA group. Ooh.
Really about. Yeah, my conjecture, this is my conjecture, ladies and gentlemen, it's just my.
My bad, y'all.
But yeah, last night was off the chain. Absolutely phenomenal. You know. So I just, we got a lot of people in here all real fast. I look. Let me play a little clip of what I'm talking about, family. Looks like she's trying to campaign for another bag. All right. It could be immigration protection. We don't know. Or she was saying 5 words and she got it popping. Immigration laws, they're getting real strict right now. These non-FBA immigrants, they're instinctively responding by signaling this over-the-top loyalty to the right.
Now, we've seen this. We have seen, people from different, countries, flag bearers. That's not mine, not America, okay? The Foundation of Black America. And she's Trinidadian. Okay. So you've seen other cultures, not just her, not just to talk about her, do this. Cape for the Republicans, put the MAGA hat on, make America great again. But I'm gonna let him go ahead and finish.
Yeah. So all of that law and order, and you're aligning with conservative nationalism, and you're distancing yourself from problematic Black political spaces. It could be immigration protection. We don't know. Or it could be, ladies and gentlemen, it could be shock value. It might be just marketing. Again, I think she feels like she's been canceled by some of the liberal outlets. And this whole shock thing, getting on here, she knows that it will get headlines. The shock value is there. And, shock value is like a marketing thing. Controversy equals relevance. So she understands the modern entertainment economy perfectly right now. Outrage is distribution, and right now you got other female rappers killing the game right now. Cardi's killing it. Glorilla is killing it. Sexy Red is killing it, whether you like her or not. You got other female rappers out here that's really, what's old girl? Reese, what's her name? Take me there. I mean, she was saying 5 words and she got it popping. Or 4 words. So yeah, man, there's a lot of other female rappers out here doing that thing. A lot of people are saying that, her husband, he's going through some things allegedly, and she might be trying to secure a pardon for him if something goes left with him. If something goes left, she might be trying to secure a pardon. No? So there's a lot of theories as to why she went up here with this rhetoric. Also, listen, there's a wide open lane over there. So the Cardi album flop. Okay, all right. I still hear it on the radio. She's an undocumented immigrant. Okay, she revealed that. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought I heard her say that.
I want to stop it there. Because people who, again, when I was talking about immigrants aligning themselves with the MAGA group, so in fear of them not being targeted. She's not the first or the last. But I honestly think it's got something to do with cash. It really does. She makes good money. She's been on top of the game for a long time now. You feel me? It's a lot of key points I want to point out, but I'm gonna let this man cook.
She was an undocumented immigrant. All right, somebody just looked it up. Lola Brooke is out here, legacy artist to tour to get pretty neighbors. She's going to roll on them, and I like that. I ain't got no problem with Candace Owens going to roll on them. But yeah, there's a lane open right now for some melanated woman who can go in there and try to act like they're the spokespersons for Black women. Well, as a Black woman, I feel that women with blue eyes and blonde hair should not be marginalized. See, that's why we don't need non-FBAs acting as our spokespersons.
I totally.
Yes, Candace is Caribbean. Yes, she is. So let me show you all the receipts, because a lot of folks don't believe that when we say Candace Owens is Caribbean.
I truly believe, y'all, that in every party, they have someone to throw Black folks under the bus. There's going to be somebody, they get up that cash, cut that check, and they're going to drag their ass on television in minuscule Foundation of Black Americans. How many times we done seen that, though? People buck dancing and white supremacy romancing. Okay. So I honestly believe that it has a lot to do with that. And the stranger value of it all, knowing that this is true, knowing that they'll use giant publicity to infiltrate the Black community. They've been doing it for like years now. Again, she ain't the first, and I'm quite sure she ain't gonna be the last. So I just want y'all to understand, it's all about that cash. It's all about that cash. Okay. I'll let the man big up to Tariq Nasheed. He out here doing big things, man. You feel me? So, FBA all day. Immigrants can't stay. And you got people who want to get paid. You got people who want to get paid, and they'll say pretty much a whole lot of dishonest things. And I also want to talk about this as well. Nicki has a giant fan base. Okay. When she had mentioned, as y'all can see, when she had mentioned boys will be boys, I'm for that. Remember, she raising a young Black male. Her baby daddy's Black from the States. So he's going to be a young Black man one day. She's sticking to the code. That's one thing I can't agree with her on that. I do. But it's a juicy ass butt all, and it ain't no also. It's a super butt. When she threw Black folks under the bus. Now, that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. In fact, a lot of people caught wind to it of all Black social media is just in a frenzy because she did that. But again, cash, again, it makes anybody go out there and make a fool of themselves. And that's what she did. She got out there, she sat down. I didn't know what she was coming with when she mentioned, white folks. I was like, huh? She started talking about blonde hairs and blue eyes. I was like, oh, I know all the Nicki Minaj's fans. Pink wigs ripped up everywhere. Nail eyeliner is going crazy because she's supporting the same group who do not, because the Orange Man don't like LGBTQ community at all. Same-sex marriages at all. But we also got to remember this as well. I want to point this out, that America as a whole is United States of America is number one in all the country. It's number one. Greatest country as far as influence. There's no other country but my country has the greatest influence around the world. Number one. No other country like us. Everybody want to act black, dress black, have a decorum, waves, moves, even fight black. Okay? We changed the game. NWA was wearing football attire. It's the first rap group to ever do it. Now everybody wearing football, basketball attire, and all. You name it. Okay? You know, big up to Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, greatest producers, rappers that ever lived on the face of the earth. The issue is about this influence in this conglomerate of a black community. That is why her ass is on stage, because that cash will make anybody amazed. It doesn't mean you're gonna throw your people under the bus. Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's how it was the curveball to her getting on stage. They say, hey, look, if you could throw these other people who've been here for so long and build this thing from scratch, then we can get you on stage. But you got to say something discrediting them. Okay, that's the only way you're gonna get here. That's how Turning Point USA do it, because it's literally a cult for white ideology among the Republicans' wing. Okay. Another bad thing, she lost 10 million followers because she talked about boys will be boys. So when I was talking about United States of America being the number one country on the planet because of the influence of foundational Black Americans, you have people who literally, went so far in the LGBT community where they cut off their genitals, which was one of the worst sins, abominations anyone can do to themselves, because they can't reproduction. And no matter what beliefs or religion that you believe in, God made you one way. You shouldn't try to modify it. That's just what it is. So a lot of the 10 million followers that was jumped off the ship with Nicki Minaj was those, like a lot of them. So, and they got a lot of money. They got a lot of money. But money is the root of all evil. So it lines us back to what she did, what she felt was right. Okay. Again, I only really have one thing that I can agree with, and that boys will be boys. But all that mayo kissing, mayo painting up, and whitewashing, that's unfamiliar town with me. Cause anybody racist, I'm gonna distance myself from them. Okay. And then I believe when these celebrities are in the rooms with some of these political figures, that cash lets them know, hey, look, we have a melanated puppet that we can use. That's what they do. Like I said, in every party if you watch, every party they had, they drag a major celebrity in the Black community on there. Hey, vote for this person. They ain't gonna tell you how much they got. Oh, they get paid. Ain't nobody gonna do it for free. So that star power is what they use. And everybody know it. Let's just be real. Everybody know it. You know what I mean? And she's she out there getting that cash, and she's catering to the ideology of white supremacy by throwing black people, you know, in the lion's den. That was the deal. You have to denigrate them, you have to demoralize them in some way, and we give you this cash, baby. And she was like, all right, I got you. Went there, mentioned black women, and some BS about white insecurities, because it really is. We don't think about them like who does that? Who goes around talking about them like that? Like we so worried about work and family and bills and Merry Christmas, everybody. Press sure you press like and subscribe so I can keep providing dark skin American, out there that's live. So no, it's not no other reason for a person to go do that, to go against the community over, cash flow. It's not right. It's not cool. I think she was very, very um, influenced with the cash, but she didn't know that it would be a backlash. I'm gonna say this again. She was influenced by the cash, but Nicki Minaj didn't know it was gonna be a backlash. And it's a backlash. The backlash is the black community, and unfortunately, the LGBT community. That was a big, giant fan base. So they got a lot of money. You can't even call somebody uh the F word no more. You used to do it back in the 90s. You call somebody the F word all day. But you can't do it now. They got so much rights. They'll call the police on you. I'm just saying. So a lot of moves been made. She decided that she would jump on the MAGA side. This all it got to do with cash. I'm telling you. It ain't got nothing to do with being black. It's got everything to do with cash. That's what it is. That's what it's going to be. Y'all can say what y'all want. This woman is after the cash. She say, fuck the blacks. That's what she's saying. And you notice when she was talking, it just led nowhere. You can even see, Charlie Kirk's wife looking at her like, so it kind of led to nowhere. But I also want to have a video of what her husband, well, he's no longer with the world no more, but her husband, who was unalived. I want y'all to hear that, but let me get my here it is. Hold on.
think that.
All right. Hold on. We're gonna get to it.
That they're like empowering people to be great.
Well, I do think Cardi B and Nicki Minaj are empowering, but when you talk about like
Wow.
black, like let's go like Kendrick or whatever, like they're talking about their life experiences and they're saying this is what happened to me, and people relate to that because that's also what happened to them. It's not saying this is the greatest thing in the entire world.
Does it lift up the audience to become better?
I think so because it's like
How?
because it's saying we all relate to this. We can all like this is our story. We can be like better than this, even though it's like I mean there's better, there's not better. It depends on what.
It's another. There it is. Oh, this is the one I want to hear.
Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. I don't. I don't think that songs that are talking about like glorifying wet female genitalia is exactly. I don't know which one wrote that song. Which one was it?
I think it was Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but but by the way, the role models of the 1940s and 50s for Black America were completely different.
So it is a representation issue.
Hold on a second. No, not representation. It's who do you get your art from? It's what values are they putting forward? For example, more times than not, black politicians.
All right, that's enough of his rhetoric. And we seen what happened to him, right? For the world who don't know. Now, I never heard of Charlie Kirk until he was shot in the throat. He was shockingly degrading black people. You see how symbolic that is? But the untimely death and things being unalived. My whole point was he was dissing Nicki Minaj. And she's sitting right over there, right across the way with her crazy self. Mayo eating, sandwich looking wife right across the way. Do you see how cash can make certain people forget about black? Do you see that? Can you see the decisions people make? Because she had to know that the black community was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What the hell is you over there? I got more, y'all. Hold on. I ain't even done. It's again, cash make people throw black folks under the bus. No, fuck that. It made people throw them in a fire storm. That's what cash makes them do. It makes them kick them off the Mount Everett mountain. Just boom. You know? It's, you know, by a stretch of imagination, I can see if it was, and I'm no shot of a doubt, I'm excusing what she did wrong, because she did wrong. She did wrong. She did wrong. Ain't nobody saying that she did right, because you shouldn't have. This the thing. It had to be a deal where she would have to demoralize foundational Black Americans so the white supremacists can open their eyes. It had to be a deal like that. She couldn't get up on there and praise the accomplishments of foundational Black Americans moments. She would have to go up there and talk bad not in good faith, to the black people who've created this nation without reparations. That was the deal. She said, probably, most likely, okay, let's get it. And she went up there and she did it. She did it. I'm not shocked. I'm not even upset. Because I've seen people, if not some of, not probably the biggest influence that she has, have done the same thing. And they wasn't Trinidadian. They were foundational Black Americans. Went on stage and said some things. I was like, Cash make any of these fools go against blacks. She wasn't thinking about her fans when she got on stage and Turning Point USA with a racist ass. You don't think she was thinking about all the black fans in America? If you thought that, there's something wrong with you. Because so many people are so heavily invest in, so heavily invest in others who have this giant influence in star power and don't know they will sell your ass up the river, though. Will sell your ass up the river. I already knew it was something strange when she got on. When I seen her, I said, uh-oh. They must have gave her that cash. She about to go against blacks. What the hell? And she did it. She did it. And she ain't gonna be the first or the last with a giant face fame and fortune. She gonna go against blacks. And it's gonna be somebody else to take her spot. It's gonna be somebody else do the same old thing. And it's gonna be somebody else doing the same old thing. Oh, questions with why? Man, they got something to do with cash. The Orange Man is known to throw that out. His first term, he was trying to get Justin Bieber to do a song. He declined. Just people got on internet. I don't know if y'all remember back in 2016, 2017. He declined. He got on the internet saying they were trying to pay me to do a song. This is when Kanye was with him. With his crazy ass. So a lot of the celebrities is controlled by that cash and cut the check to go against blacks with no respect. You can't expect to go against blacks and just be cool with it. I mean, you are, but we not cool with it. And that's why you see the backlash when she got her butt on stage, Turning Point USA, to go against blacks. Not only that, but already speaked upon the LGBT community. So they was already teetering to do something to go away from her. And that just made it even worse. And yeah, I do agree with her on that. I'm just saying, going against blacks, that's what I want to focus on. That's going to be my main focus. And those people who, have a different mindset. I'm talking about just black as a whole of the country, foundational Black American. So that alone reached to the plateau. Like, hey, hold on. You going against us to get some cheddar baked biscuits. from the pale people. And that's how foundational Black Americans is looking at it. Like, hey, you can't be trusted. She put herself in this position while she lost all them fans. And I look at it as it's not a good look because it shows no loyalty with people who uses the culture of the Black community. It shows no loyalty for anybody, any visitor that uses influence and culture of the Black community. And again, she ain't gonna be the only one. She ain't gonna be the last one. Because again, Cardi B was doing it for the Democrats 2 years ago. Y'all remember that? I don't think she performed. I forgot what happened. Either she performed or she just got on stage and talked to him a little bit. Still the same thing. Still the same thing. It's a economic engine that's built upon white supremacists. And guess what? Foundational Black Americans like myself, they hope to get our votes through that. That's the only reason why they got celebrities around politicians. It's not because they like them. It's not because they love them. It's because they want to use them. That's why they get that cash. So you can somehow galvanize the Blacks. With this big following, we could use her. You know, that's what they was thinking. Hey, look, you know, this is a good idea. Let's go get Nicki Minaj. She's for the group. See if she could wear a MAGA hat too. Anything for a bag to go against Blacks. It just ain't gonna get. It's never gonna get better when they have that much power to make people who have influence around the United States of America. It's gonna be like this, and it's been like this. You're gonna see people who are really from the country doing the same thing. And again, it's another way of adding to their base. That's the only reason why they have anybody like that with a black face. It's the only way. So y'all gotta understand that this was a cash. I'm gonna go against Blacks. But she suffered the backlash. 10 million followers was like, F that. That's what they said. But she already got the bag, so that's how I look at it. And I don't take celebrity serious like that. Like, don't get me wrong. I like their music. I can like, if you're an athlete, what you do, could be a fan all the way. Outside what you do, great. I might not like it. I might not like it. You might hang with a racist. I'm not going to hang with no damn racist. You may throw blacks in the fire pit of inferno. I'm going to talk about black people, foundational. So it's a lot of different things. What I'm talking about is in high praise, okay, in good faith. So what I do personally, the person I'm looking up to, athletic, music wise, entertainment, don't matter. They might not do it. I smoke weed. They might not like weed. They might drink. But I would never go against my people. I don't give how much cash they give me. I won't do it. I won't demoralize my own to make them satisfied. Yeah, some people say, well, it's all about the cash. Not everybody like that. Not everybody like that. Everybody ain't like, I mean, I can't do it, man. I love my peoples. I love where I come from. I'll be lying to you and tell you I don't. The city I grew up in. Watch blowing up the spot. Turn it up a notch. Everything I got from my swag, my music ability, all of it. I started macking at chicks around this time when I was young out here. That's why I started getting my. That's my other page though. That's Black Conqueror Love. I gotta release him right now. I gotta bring him out. But that's what you heard on television. That was me. But again, I can reinvent myself, baby. But I grew up from the environment into where I am now. Career driven. Get on the mic and be spitting. So, I just not that type of person that say, you know what, I'm gonna get this cash, or I won't go against who I am as black. I ain't got that type of energy. That's not my spirit. I can't do it. Like I just can't do it. But you do got people who will, or who's doing it right now. And that's just the bottom line of it. Y'all let me know what she really was on. Was it because of the things Tariq was talking about? He made some good ass points now. He made some good points. We can't get away from that. There's so many things that she could have been on to make sure she get the cash. You understand that? So y'all let me know. Make sure y'all press like and subscribe. Keep your dark skin dance American going live. And I'll see y'all next time.